meds.
Think about that though. They allowed it. They're acting
in a way, society allowed it.
No, the doctors signed it off.
Yeah.
When I pleased them with taking their bloody pills.
Okay, if you like to put it like that, yes. Because you feel like it's all under control then. That's what it's about, control. But the thing is...
ridiculous control. This is.
Also, when Harry was off meds, I don't know whether you saw a lot of it, when he went off his...
They think they have a right to put me in mental hospital.
I know it's a totally different thing, but when Harry stopped taking his insulin, he could have died within 3 weeks, 4 weeks, he could have been dead.
This, having a little chat with a silly man who was taking a piss by saying this, and you have to listen to me. He was a cheeky bastard. He snatched the phone out of my hand while I was talking to you.
Because he started talking about religion and it starts sending up red flags, because that's another trigger for some people.
He's not very respectful though, I hope you agree.
No, that wasn't, no. But
and desperate to stop me from saying things like, what else did I say?
Because I mentioned religion, which wasn't very clever, but I was trying to say that you can't enforce your views on GCHQ and all that you believe.
Why does everyone
on other people.
not want to hear it when it's a very interesting subject?
Well, it isn't to them.
Why?
Because it's boring to them.
No, it isn't. I have a friend at work who likes talking about it with me.
Okay. Well, maybe they find it interesting then, but most people don't.
How do you know? Have
Because
you talked about it?
It pisses them off.
How do you know?
Because it pisses me off.
How do you know? I asked 3 times.
It pisses Dad off.
I asked 3 times.
It pissed Laura off.
I didn't say it to Laura, by the way. That's my problem. She would have understood it. Yeah. Her mum accepts it. I've worked it out.
The last 18 months of your marriage with Laura, you were totally off meds.
No, I wasn't.
Well, you must have been.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't off
meds.
Well,
her mum was ringing me up and we're really worried about Jack.
Well, her mum's a lying bitch then who's also covering for her. It's sort of true. The thing is... I have to warn you. Offended? No.
Your life would be better if you did take some medication, I believe. It's not perfect and I don't like it myself.
Her mum was on the phone. Honest.
Ages ago.
Why?
When you were first off meds.
I don't believe I was.
Well, you weren't well.
I wasn't
whether
around
you were or not, you weren't well. And you were starting to draw things on the walls and...
Yes, I was remembering this GCHQ stuff. I was starting to remember it. That's why I started drawing on my walls that needed painting anyway.
Yeah, okay.
That is, okay. You don't get that. Fucking true. I can't do this, Australia.
But can you see my logic? Your life has been much more settled and productive while you've been on meds. When you were off meds, once you went off meds, you lost jobs, you lost your marriage, you lost everything.
When did I go off meds?
Several times. You were on off all the time when you were in Bristol.
I got out of mental hospital with the doctor's approval, off meds. That's all I remember.
If you want to go off meds, you have to. It's unwise to do it all on your own. It's much better if you can do it in collaboration with your doctors.
I know. That's what they'd say. But they're trying to make it a lifelong illness, aren't they? For someone.
They don't want that for anyone, Jack. The only people that
someone said they are SAG. And it hurts her to understand something. I'm scared of Rupert, actually.
Oh, they're dead strong though.
I am scared of you.
What, another one?
Saying what you pointed out is fucking scary.
They seem really strong to you. They seem dead strong to me, burning my stomach. But No, because things
It's
are
got
more.
a fucking bravery medal now. Saying that.
I think when you've been on the depot job, my observation of how you.
I have never been off the depot job. I've always
Oh.
complied.
I know, but it
Okay.
only works for a couple of weeks anyway. Like the week before
I
you
can't
have
do
it,
this, Dr.
you
Bolton,
start
'cause
getting
that's true.
yeah. The week before you have your job, you start going a bit more agitated and shouting off and stuff. And
This is shouting at someone who's
you're
arguing.
angry.
You're arguing with me, stressing me out, getting my mental illness more triggered.
No.
Someone's praising you.
Oh.
Look! Someone said,
Have you phoned Brookhay?
what do you believe about mental illness? I want to know what it is to you.
It's a form of distress in response to stressful factors in your life.
Is that a joke?
Traumatic? No, it's a response. It's either a direct or indirect response to trauma in your life, or unhappy episodes, or unresolved things in your life.
That's a guess. They've never established that.
Or feeling unvalued or unloved by people,
There's
unappreciated by people.
There is a body of work in psychology as a science that says that. I agree. But it's bullshit. It is fucking bullshit.
I've had a period of mental illness, Jack.
Someone said, just
I
talk to me.
Jack, I had a couple of weeks when I was
She's
at
asking
15
for a fight, you
when I became delusional and I was just very, very unhappy.
What did you learn of your dad? He's gone fuck
But he
off.
went through all the protocol. He took me to a bloody psychologist to get out of his remit.
Did you think something about him that would have made him upset?
Didn't like him. I hated my mum more. At that time I really hated my mum.
Was Mr. Barker a doctor?
No, not that I know of.
That is scary.
I think he was a scientist of some sort.
Yeah, something to do with mental illness probably. But
What's he got to do with anything?
I've worked them all out. It's a big conspiracy that pedos run the world. And doctors aren't exclusive to that. I've got a Jenny. Oh. And they're all, it's because of American superpower subversive takeover of everything. They believe in fucking each other rather than love, basically.
I think it'd be better. I think you'd, Jack, I think it would be beneficial for you to contact Brookhay and make an appointment and stick to it. Because if you
I
don't,
always stick to my appointments.
yeah, but
Why are you inferring that I don't? It's basically,
because you said you've not been.
you're annoying.
For 2
You're very
months.
annoying.
You told me the other day.
You're trying to get a rise out of me so that I have to go to mental
No,
patient
I'm not.
status, aren't you?
No,
It's basically true.
I'm trying to
Your mum just said, fuck off.
look, Jack. Jack, do you understand what I said before? That your life was, you've got things together while you were on medication.
Somehow, I did manage that, yes, with a lot of determination.
Do you want any of these?
Someone said in
Yeah.
America, the problem is there.
You know, you've managed that through determination, sorting stuff and cooperating with your mental health team. What you're doing now is you're turning your back on them and trying
No.
to do it alone.
No,
And I've noticed you're getting a bit more like word scrambling a bit.
I
And on your
noticed.
Twitter, yeah, on your Twitter account, that's totally garbled.
No, it isn't. You read it again.
Like bloody well.
Point out, there is a bit of humour that sounds garbled.
It's word salad. It's becoming word salad.
It was. It was
Where you
funny
get
to
so
me.
many thoughts coming firing.
I was firing off some humour to myself about mental illness. Look, your mum gets that. I can't get someone's pissing their pants laughing at you. Are you scared at how I can refute your answers? No. I am scared of how to do this, to be honest.
So, if you started talking like that when you're going through the corridors at uni, a student overhears you, they're going to go, what the fuck?
I've been doing it for years though, haven't I? Why are you so concerned all of a sudden? Someone said, please, allow for us. What's hurt them? You don't talk to me in my head, you dickheads. I don't have the doctors talking to me unless you count this dickhead in Birmingham. Oh, look, they get it. Okay, she gets it. That's the possession. Is that a hormone, Mum? Is that a hormone? She's gone. I'm going to talk about this. Or is it inferring something? No, no. Look. Fuck you.
Look, what happens a lot is, and I'm frightened it is happening to you, it's ending up going into relapse.
They call anything relapse. I've got a lot of sense about me.
Yes, you have. But
And I know how to control it. I've never lashed out at anyone.
No.
Dad has.
Dad
Why isn't he
has.
in mental hospital? He's the danger.
Yeah, but he nearly ended up in prison.
When is he in mental hospital?
He should be in bloody mental hospital, him. He nearly ended up in prison, though.
When you said something.
If he
When
wrote-
you said something to them, the police, they wanted him in prison. What do you say to the mental health team now? About me? Because it gets me put basically in prison. And I don't appreciate it. I'm sorry. That is the truth.
Look, you're upset now because of it all being up in the air.
Oh, it's your mental illness. I'm angry.
Oh,
It's not mental illness.
being angry is not mental illness.
Someone's asking her to accept those facts. I've had a fucking problem with that. This is fucked.
But they've noticed a lot more. They said they've noticed a lot more delusional stuff. Talk about GCHQ.
That's what he claimed with you, without anything from Lydia, without anything from me, without anything from James that he's spoken to. So where did he get it
He
from?
must have talked to Lydia or to someone.
Well, she's a lying bitch then.
No,
This is
he must have talked to someone.
This is what.
That's the first time I've spoken to
It's one
him.
of his. What we have to accept.
There was some woman on the phone last time when I was at work. When your job was, you didn't know if you were going to keep the job because you'd only just realised you've got mental health issues.
Yeah, when I first met that
What the
bastard,
rest of them?
Peter Connolly, that's big. I've got a fucking problem.
Yeah, but it was a woman on the phone I spoke to.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't him. It was a woman.
No, it was big.
It wasn't him.
It's all sure. I've got to explain it. That's all. She said, I know that he's a normal
But
citizen.
I know through
Shouldn't
reading
Fucking hurt.
50 stories of recovery from schizophrenia that about 95% of those people had suffered some kind of abuse, whether it be sexual or just total bullying or
Someone said,
racial abuse, whatever. 95% of those out, but only, okay, it was only 50 stories.
And when have I lied to you? Mambo shirt.
Because like when I asked you if
Someone-
you'd had your jab and you said, yeah.
No, you didn't ask if I'd had my jab. You asked if I'd sorted my jab out.
Yes.
And I did sort my jab out. I said I'm not having it on the phone. That's sorting it out.
In your mind, in your view. Yeah, but that's twisting it a bit, Jack, because you know
No.
what I meant was, have you had it?
I did hide it a bit because I know what you're like. You're one of them. You're one of the mental
Okay,
health lot.
everyone goes, woo! Everyone gets scared, don't they?
Yeah, you're a fanny about mental health. Well, all women are.
But what I don't want happening is your life spiralling out of control. You're losing your driving licence, losing your flat, losing your job, and ending up homeless on the street. That is the total.
Is that a threat?
No, but that's how a lot of people's lives go when they go off meds. In America, especially.
Yeah,
Because
I
they
know.
don't have an NHS.
I wonder why. I wonder how that
Because
happens.
they don't have an NHS to help people for free.
Are they helping me? Where am I so successful in life?
Because you've got your flat, you've got your
Oh, a flat. I've got a fucking bike.
Yeah, you've got. You
I
have,
had one.
you're well
I
aware-
had one when I was 12, didn't I? A bike.
Yeah, but you helped Rob Palmer with his dad. You did a lot of stuff, and you did manage, and it was through managing your symptoms a bit better, keeping them a bit more,
No,
you know, simmered down a bit.
the possession backed off a bit, so
Yeah.
that
Oh, isn't that what you want?
it's not me controlling it. It's basically true.
Well,
Please accept what I say as true. It
I
always is.
do believe you. I believe that.
Okay. It's basically true. No.
But I think it would be better if you had some sort of medication to help,
Why?
because you get very.
Mad in America. Why do you think that?
It's a good point. But he wasn't having to deal with people off the meds 24/7. He wasn't actually having to live it in
You're
his head
not.
24/7.
You're
was
not
he?
experiencing it 24/7.
No, I'm not. But I care about you a lot, and I don't want you getting harmed by.
Don't put me on stupid medications that wreck my brain then. That's basically, I've got a fucking problem with it. So I'm 95. Don't put me in a position where I'm labelled via dye in my blood that says to nurses and things, he's a mental patient who's done something. He must have done something. He's going to kill someone. He's a mad axe murderer.
No, nobody thinks that. God.
They do. They do think that.
People that are untrained or
Someone said to me.
uninformed or bad. Jack, people that are badly informed think like that. People that don't know about schizophrenia think that because they think everyone's a machete wielding nutter. You know, and sometimes that does happen. But those people are like that anyway, probably.
She's accepted
You
it.
know, those people are probably violent badasses anyway. That do that if they were drunk or something.
I have to admit,
You're not like that.
there is a level of what the fuck this is for us. No, for them. Please leave your mother alone. Get fucking angry with it. Just don't use her.
It's
Someone said.
they have a duty of care at work. You're one of their workers, Jack. They have a duty of care for their employees to make sure that you keep healthy. And they've noticed something that's
No,
unhealthy.
they've not noticed anything. They've
Well,
noticed
they've
that I've
told.
said, I've reported with my mouth that says all this bullshit that I'm off my meds.
Right, and then they've
Someone
got,
said.
Yeah, they've got scared of it.
Someone said, can I talk about this? That's the only trigger of their action here.
Well, can you do it under supervision of some sort, medically then? So it's at least.
I'm already off them 3 months. There's a half-life of 6 weeks. I've done very well off them.
You've been okay so far.
I know.
But
You said it yourself, you look very well.
yeah, you did.
You don't look very well and well rested for no reason. You're doing well.
You did look well.
Look,
Was it about a day, the other day that I saw you? You did.
Scared, shitless, Jack.
I
And
think
that's the truth.
people overreact a bit. But,
Channel on.
you know, everyone starts going, oh no, everything's going to go wrong. And there is that fear that it could, but we have to trust you in your own ability and your own, you know, self. But I think it'd be better to do it in collaboration with your doctors somehow. Yeah?
Sorry?
It'd be better to do it in collaboration with your doctors or, you know, with Brookhaven.
My delusions that they've done GBH, human rights abuse and torture. All three are life imprisonment offences. I wonder why they're saying it's delusional. Someone said to her.
Because the GCHQ stuff is a bit far-fetched, Jack.
No, it isn't. I am what I say I am. I'm not a GCHQ spy. I was told by them, though, in a letter, to monitor these paedophiles.
Well,
and then
where's the
I've
letter?
worked out that they're the fucking mental health team.
Where's
The
the
paedophiles.
letter?
I sent it back to them because it was an application form.
Can you, if you're determined to go off meds, can you do it under supervision of your doctors then?
I have done. I did let them know via Jane, and I said when I was at Brookhaven, oh, I don't want it. Jane said okay then. But the doctor never said anything. I've not had a doctor's appointment yet about it. They won't talk to me. They have 4 appointments a year with a doctor.
A bit shit, isn't
What
it?
the fuck is that?
What
What do they know?
I know.
It's sort of true, right?
Mhm.
Okay. See that one
You're
thing?
upset now. You're upset now, so everything's going to be a bit more firing off.
True.
Yeah.
That's true. I think they're scared of me.
They are. They're not scared of you. They're scared of the mental health condition that you're having to carry, that you're having to deal with day in, day out.
Your vulnerability again. No, I'm going to talk about. I'm such a weakling, aren't I, Mum?
You're not. You're a survivor. You're not
Fucking
bloody
true to
weak.
me.
You're a survivor. Some people
I
don't.
have to admit this.
Jack,
James,
some people don't survive it more than a month of what you've been through for the last 11 years or whatever it is. You're not weak.
This is all right.
You're not weak at all. People like Dad are weak because he just tries to stifle everything with.
Did you hear what I said though? I know that I have evidence from the voices, admittedly, and how they treated me and what's happened because of my form. Okay, it's only evidence to me. But I had huge influence on the world. I caused Team Sky. When I put to win the Tour de France 5 times on that form, for them to complete if they wanted to have children, because they're a paedophile, when their mental health.
That whole sentence you said was utter garbage.
It wasn't garbage. It's just something you don't want to accept.
No, that was
No.
harmful.
No. GCHQ gave me the task on a form of writing what paedophiles listed to me by name, including Rupert Murdoch, by the way.
He probably is. I hope they get
This is
him.
fucking sick to hold.
I hope he gets his comeuppance. Rupert.
Have to do.
And James
I set
Murdoch,
what they had to do
whatever his
to.
son's called.
I set what they had to do to have children. I said you can have kids if you do these things. I put Team Sky together basically and win the Tour de France 5 times.
It's the first time you've told me that.
Well, I've remembered it. It's basically true. And they get the problem. Someone said, I am that Team Sky. I'm one of 57 things I put down for them to do. I'm not your mum. Just went. Lydia knows it's you. What are you doing now?
Looking up what Rupert Murdoch's son's called. Ew, Lachlan. What a horrible name.
Did I
Oh,
mention?
there is a James Murdoch. I thought he was called James. There's one called Lachlan and one called James.
It's sick.
But the thing is, that it's all this talk about the form and GCHQ
It's very important.
that people find
It tells you.
alarming.
It tells me. The Grail Diary. Yeah, Indiana Jones is built on this fucking form. The Grail Diary. It says. What was I talking about when you said something? What did you say?
Listen,
What did you say?
that's it.
Oh, I've got a bit of a bad memory. Short term. That's all it is.
No, because you're firing off.
No.
Trying to connect things that aren't connected
No.
at all.
Fuck off, I know it. I know Indiana Jones is built on mental health, being a bunch of
I was
pedos.
saying the Grail Diary is something to do with the pedo form or something.
It's not a pedo form, it's a pedo killing form. Who are mental health? Mental health are the pedos.
But it's all this
This is
sort of
what
talk that
it is,
comes
yeah.
across to me as a bit mental.
It makes sense though.
To you it does, but to no one else it does.
You don't know anything to refer to it about. You don't know anything, so just shut up. Take it on board and entertain it for a second. See if it is.
How do you
How-
connect the Grail
Gee.
Diaries with Rupert Murdoch?
He's one of the Nazis.
He probably
To
fucking
George
is.
Lucas. George Lucas thought, how do I write this and get it past the producers?
But it's
It's
like you're getting
She's
different
got-
thoughts and somehow connecting
want
them up
this.
when they're no connection at all, really. That's all. You know, that's how
So
this
you're
mental
trying to gather
illness-
evidence for them.
No,
You're
but
talking
this
to me.
this is how it manifests itself, Jack. You get too
I'm going
many
to talk about this.
thoughts firing off, you wildly firing off.
No, I'm answering your questions and insinuations. That's all you do.
What the
Out of care.
the benefit.
Someone said.
I know
Look.
you keep going on about the
Someone
bad
said.
things about the medication, which you're well versed in and you've experienced, but the one good thing with medication is it calms everything down a bit, doesn't it?
No. Aripiprazole, that I've been on for the last 4 or 5 years, actually makes you more hyper.
But that's to counteract the dumbing down effects of the other stuff, isn't
I'm
it?
not
It's
on
not
other stuff.
The aripiprazole's
It's
not really an antipsychotic.
Why
is
have you
it?
made an excuse again? That's mental. You're the mental patient. Look, Granny agrees. But we've got to turn up to explain this.
Do you want a cup of tea?
Why do you cover it for them?
I'm trying to understand it from both sides because I can sort of see it from your side.
Are you protecting Grandpa?
No, I'm trying to protect you
She's angry with me,
from yourself.
because I am insinuating that I know about doctors, basically.
I'm
That is the truth.
trying to protect you from your
Someone said, not more.
from
I'm scared.
desire to go totally off meds because it's quite frankly it's quite dangerous.
No,
And
I've been
risky.
through the danger zone. It's got a half-life of 6 weeks. We have looked up together, I believe, roughly. We're through that.
So
It was
you-
November, my last jab.
Right, okay.
Right, we're going to talk. She's just said in London. Okay. Fuck off. I don't. Someone said. That's true. It doesn't agree
But
with me,
if you go
and I
in-
don't
if you
agree with it, so
if
I'm
you-
not doing it.
If you're
It's basically true.
determined to go off meds, you need to do it in collaboration though with with the
I agree
the
with that.
team.
I agree that I need their agreement. But they've said, do you want to come off it at one point?
Yeah.
And I've sort of
Of course
mulled
you
it.
do.
I've sort of mulled it over and thought, yes, I do.
Of course you do. in
That's
a
all
way.
it is.
Yeah, of course
She's
you
happy
do.
with it.
Because it
Right.
makes you feel more alive.
Okay.
But
But it's not right then, is it? It's but with you.